There's something about it.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archaea above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
Still alive, are ya?
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Trouble with your gear, or... Sancfordian, dear? Anything else?
Do you think they'll come back?
Of course they will. It's just a big...
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Look, Daddy. Shiny, so bright.
Did you hear that Martha's been turning travellers away? Her beds are full of death.
Inn's full.
Don't bother.
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even a bandit.
Scouts have reported seeing more Akashic.
Faster!
Can hardly make it.
Someone's brave. No holding back. But it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now... will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off. So, Molly's left over. That'll teach me for treating you like... All right. Now we know what you're after. I can see...
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Torgal.
I was just on my way to see him.
Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's
About how she somehow woke the power within him?
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone.
And what are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has certain short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or And that number has only grown. One can but speculate as to how all...
He has seemed more...
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
Oh. He's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. I mean, the crystal is...
massive. Aye.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Oh, don't make me... A little. Listen. I've some bad news. And it's maybe my fault. Sadly, that square turned out... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keep...
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha.
We owe 3 of our most...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of...
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. And not after the king's ransom we had off him. He deserved. Besides, we'll need to...
All right. But is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something Sid and I set aside, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know. Which is what?
Go. Do you know why I only get...
Because... you...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really?
No, I don't.
The High Cardinal. You're in Norfolk.
The Dominion's all but done for. Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Could be trouble.
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
He's the only one who came.
We already have a leader in the town.
Oh, bother.
About what?
I've 2 dresses that need stitched. Those girls' rags are... And we most certainly, you wouldn't want them.
Of course not.
Oh, you see, I've paid for 2, but they don't deliver. Not to play...
And...
I would. And... They said they'd give us new clothes. But we've no coin.
There's something about it.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal is...
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. Yeah, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Now, normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent...
Fine. If he...
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go wait a bit, then...
What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in...
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. You never know. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you...
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Made my stuff look like it. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too there. You got what you came for.
All right. We're going. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. But assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way it... But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the makes all his stuff to order. But the fella who commissioned it...
You don't know where we might find him?
Like I said, he's a bit of an... I don't trust hunters neither, which means he's...
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's...
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted?
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best...
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the market.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him.
Mum? Why? The sun's still high.
Not here. Good girl.
Yeah!
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to him?
Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Didn't stop her bot. She sent you for...
It's not her who sent...
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be.
Blacksmiths are proud folk, and I don't imagine an impressive... I'd dearly love to... Actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff. If your man's as skilled as he sounds...
You sure?
Well, you did save my... And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin... Short of showing him how to make the thing...
In that case?
I'd be much obliged. Right. I've got some griefs to... You send your blacks...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
And with a bit of luck... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or did...
I found him. And he asked me to give you this. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded...
So that's his secret. Good few times, too. No wonder it's... And that's no ordinary... Oh, this is fine work.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunt. Turns out, he's from Tabor. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret.
Then we better keep this close to...
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you. Still, I'm glad you found...
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what I... And don't get me started on how much oiling. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker. Anyway, enough nattering. I've got work to be...
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like... Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
Hopefully it's nothing.
First the skies.
Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask that you might still be doubting your craft. Even after perhaps sharing your thoughts.
That bastard's like a dog with a butt. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like...
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah. Not troubling me exactly.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better...
That's about the size of it.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword. You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and which made it nice and easy for...
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients are? I suppose you're not, like, fine. If Lord Ignac's the man you want, Delmec, and he's got more money than sense, which is what? Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Del...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the... People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
My reputation will be ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't...
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and...
Redeem! Get rid of the filthy oaf! This...
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any...
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a certain blade, a single-edged sword.
Ah, you know...
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves...
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
Everything's back the way it was.
Good girl.
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
All yours, Torgal!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalaman.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your...
A formidable... Well, Wyvern, Redeem here tells me you wished...
A few moments of your time should suffice.
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell...
Oh, a true work of art, that. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Redeem here to get my hand. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used exclusively by the... They believe no combat should ever exceed... Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstone of whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the... But it is the final stone, a mineral, quite foreign. And that is... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is... Take this, the very stone of which I spoke, and a far more fitting.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with the... I am one step ahead of the
And there are many other collectors.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Law and is a perennial...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross... Redeem! We mustn't dawdle!
I think his lordship is rather taken with... Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this war. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword, then?
I did bet.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
One hit and all. Might not be so bad if all you ever fought. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. We're just wet, but there'd be no replacing this little rock. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to... Nah. No point trying to... But finishing our blades with a whetstone, and what's finer than fallen? Just imagine it. Good Valesthi. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be just...
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age. Hey. Thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one. August 2. Yes.
You'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First, you come and find me when you've got the material.
Right?
So, what'll it be? And how am I meant to do that then? And?